could be their last game, and we've been watching quite a lot of them, and I've seen some comments also about, you know, how they're just barely just barely staying in contention, but they have to have such huge games to really push their way all the way up. Oh my goodness, that is very consequential. That edit down right there onto Fuzzy is somebody who was also pushing the pace, pushing the contention, trying to get towards the top of that leaderboard, because you can't actually edit while you're in shadow form, so he's making sure that he's going to get safe in the box before he becomes apparent and visible to all the players around him again.
Yeah, and using that shadow bomb effectively to make sure that he did get in there to safety. He didn't have a ton of HP, but it isn't going to matter. He takes out Balti-sama there with the combat shotgun and is going to use another shadow bomb to rotate. Now, Vivid actually went over to his left and circled around. They were split for a little bit of time there, but it doesn't matter.
And the like.
Yeah, I'm just taking a look at all of the names in here. You know, we have Flossin, who unfortunately did just go down to Flux, Reverse UK, Ninja, Vivid, 72 Hours, Zexro, and Vinny. This is a huge lobby, but players are dropping so quickly. We only have 11 players remaining. They're looking really good right now, Bala.
Looking really good? That's for sure. I saw Vivid go down in the feed, so looking for 72 Hours still, but Zexro just bringing the pressure right onto Reverse, knowing that he can capitalize on this elimination, and then Vinny also having the path still, knowing that he can get right back to his teammate with the good awareness to realize he's getting shot from above. Now, going to take the slurps, take some time to realize the situation. They're in top 5 in terms of duos right now, so all the point thresholds are clear. He's going to take out Kwanzi and then Flex right in the corner. Perfect pinch there from Vinny and Zexro, and perfect opportunity to take that, but still getting pressured from all angles. Pookie,
you've got a little bit of wiggle room to work with.
A little bit of wiggle room to work with. We're coming into the final players here. The edits coming in at the same time from Vinny and Zexro there. Perfect opportunity taken onto Seti. 5 players remaining, 3 total duos. They're completely on low ground right now, and they've got barely any more mats to work with. But guess who is still in the game? It's 72 Hours. Leo is going to take it. They're going to knock him down and force an engagement. Everything is going down. It's now Zexro and Vinny who take complete control of that situation. It's all on to 72 Hours down on low ground. Is he going to be able to clutch up against 2 of the most prolific? Turret's going to come down, and that's not going to be anything that you want to see from 72 Hours. Zexro and Vinny clean up, and they're on their way to New York too.
17 duos remaining, only a couple of solo players here, so we're going to have to see how this shakes out. I love getting into these endgame situations when there's still so many duos alive, and just like that, Ken Kyer Moth goes down to Holo King, just absolutely not aware that both of these players were in the box right below him.
Queues are closed now for NA East. The 5-minute timer that we talked about earlier is definitely closed up, and now Outlet getting right into the thick of things. He's going to take out Hoax and his duo right away, seeing that opportunity and seizing it.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't know if you know this, Bala, but Outlet and I are actually very good friends, and he carries me so many times. So seeing him play like this gives me confidence, and I know that I'm going to have more wins in my future, you know?
These guys are all looking for it to get towards New York right now. Demo and Bizzle, we saw them have such an important clutch performance getting towards the end with a couple of different players, but here Demo picking up Sunny. Is it their time to shine? No opportunities really presenting themselves just yet, but Demo is looking and forcing opportunities. One comes through from Bizzle because they were all focused on Demo, and I think that is actually going to be 2 total eliminations. He might go down the zone, I think, if he's... Yes, Bizzle did end up going down just then, I believe, but Kez and Fung right now taking out Commandment as well, who did take out Bizzle just then. So Kez and Fung, all of a sudden, they're in a strong position. High Sky still above them. But that might be changing very soon here, but no, the ramp over and the pressure coming in. Yes! What a shot there from Kez from down below. And speaking of down below, everything all of a sudden is gone for Bolt Glace. He has no materials. And while they all fought down below and while the fight on high ground ended up going down, Kez and Fung take advantage from mid-ground.
Very scathed by any of that there, but he's got people dropping into his 1x1s here, really being aggressive, but it doesn't matter because he gets the flick shot off on Apex Turtles. He goes down, and now he's going to look for his partner, who also made the mistake of coming into his box as well. So Aggro and his partner just completely obliterated by Steens.
Steens is not stopping either. I was actually wondering, There, he is finally going to go down, and I think that's kind of a representative of the playstyle that he was playing. He had the bush on earlier. He had 6 duos remaining. This is one of the most aggressive games. Must be one of those W key games towards the end of the queues where people try to get one more game on top of a full-on notorious for getting a crazy amount of eliminations. But hold that, because it's Perura right here is getting the most out of this game, but finally going to start getting pressured. He's out in the open.
That he has right now. Oh, I think he's about to use it. Yeah, he's going to call Buka over. They are going to use it together. Use that AoE to get themselves a little bit more health and shield, but it doesn't matter because Linnane and Tyler know. They know what they're trying to do. They saw the campfire, and it's not going to be enough. Envy and Linnane now looking for Buka. Buka took out Tyler, so now it's a 1v1. It's not a 1v1.
There's one more
what's
player.
happening?
There's one more player somewhere around, but all of a sudden he gets rifted, and there's so much going on in the final moments, which is crazy because of how many players were in this, but he's going to go full challenge. Linnane does not have any chill. He's just going for it right now. He knows that these guys are all fighting, and he is so low on health. He cannot take any fall damage. That's why he opts to take that Shadow Bomb. But I think that was a mistake as he starts to get chunked right down, but not too much has been revealed. But no, Dylan on TTV is going to take him out at the last second. Zweedy.
Vinny just getting his shield completely ripped off there. Opting to pop the slurp. Does get the knockdown on Cascat. Now, if he can get that siphon out very quickly, he's going to be fine, which he absolutely does now. Going to be healed up again to full HP, so thank goodness for that, because that was a lot of pressure on those two for a brief moment. You can see that they have a baller in there,
who he knows is in the game because he took out his duo partner. He knows that Vinny and Zex are in here, and he knows how close they are to him.
Yeah, and if you're Slacks right now, you are certainly not feeling the best. Your duos partner is gone. You're all by yourself. You don't have the best loadout, but you know what? It doesn't matter. Slacks somehow makes it work. This is why these are professional Fortnite players. He takes out Spazzy there with a combat shotgun, is looking to make a rotation, hangs in the air just a little bit too long, so does end up taking a little bit of damage, but he does have the minis. He is going to use them here to heal up, but no, he's not. Oh my gosh.
He's in the call. Yes, he drops him in. I think that might be, no, it's Aroa, who was up high on the leaderboards earlier with his teammate Npen. He's going to take him out, take the mini first, and then
he does have a lot of opportunity here to take out either some players or, oh my goodness.
Going for a very risky glider redeploy there, both him and his teammate Vinny. But this is what Zexro is good at. This is why he is so good. We all know his aim is crazy. And looking right up, he sees the sky platform. They're actually going to build right all the way back up to it, get a little bit of height because they know these players eventually have to come down off of it. And
14 people looking at you. He doesn't have any builds left, so he is going to have to use the redeploy to get down safely. But he goes down. Unfortunately, Slacks takes out Vinny.
That's
getting
revenge.
A little bit of revenge for his partner. You love to see it, Paula.
That is revenge in this game. Everything right now is hinging on the fact Elimination finds some materials on one of these bodies, get the siphon, because he is trying and playing with only 150 or 167 HP. Slacks picks up another kill or another elimination meanwhile.
Zexro just utilizing his tactical shotgun there to the finest. He gets Sean, takes him out, gets himself back up to full HP, picks up a little bit of builds, but now effectively is done.
He gets revenge!
Slacks. It was a back and forth with his duo the whole game.
And Zexro finally goes down by the hands of Hart, who did lose his dual partner. So it's a 2v1 right here as Lord takes out the last player. No, sorry, Rokane and his teammate Lord take out the last player there in Hart with a flint knock rotate because nobody around him is using any sort of mobility. That's what you can see they're trying to do right now. Force the rifts out. Force any way that they can get in the zone, but we saw Slappy briefly for a moment there. He looked like he was a solo, so maybe that's why he wasn't pushing, but I know for sure that Slappy right there, that's his signature skin. He's going to take out Sheep, but all for nothing, because when you do get eliminated, you end up not getting any credit. Even if this player, even if Sheep got eliminated fully, Slappy would not get credit for that, because they all know, and they're all playing the time game, and they're saying, okay, this is when I got it cute to maximize the efficiency here, but you know what? The flip side of that is they get into these stackers right now with Commandment, High Sky, Zayt, and Sav. You already listed a couple names, Pookie. This is crazy.
And here we see Zundi just falling to this duo. They already have 2 eliminations, but you know what? In these lobbies, in these final games, you're going to have to do a little bit better, and they know that. They're being very aggressive right now, just taking shots on anybody that they hear around them.
Maybe close to that top one. We know that Saf and Zayt are already qualified, but takes out Rux, and these Fotnite rotates in the end game are actually top tier. I've never seen such precise movement here with the Fotnite in the end game. Rux is finally going to go down, but I was going to say, gets the siphon from that, but it's all for naught because Fotnite right there was...
And Grenades. Super awesome player. He was actually at the secret skirmish. Had the chance to talk to him a little bit. Super nice. So if you guys, at home are looking for people to follow, Coop and Grenades are very good. They're very approachable. They're great guys. Shouting them out right now because I love these two.
Yeah.
So these players are really going to have to utilize their builds effectively, their resources effectively. We see people dropping here down. Coop takes out Graska there with 2 shots from the combat shotgun, and then just uses the pickaxe there to just completely take him out. Gets the shot on shot again, and these flicks, Bala.
And he controls low ground right now, but maybe not for long. Hold on, what just happened to Grenades? He actually got knocked out from Ziff, and Ziff completely dominates the low ground, but Tickers comes down from the high and saves the day, and saves the day for his duo because they just pushed themselves.
Moving on from NA East, it is Slacks and Keys, Zexro and Vinny, and then the young Calculator and Cole Macwood. Now, this match right here, this is the one we just talked about. This was 89 points going through. The tiebreaker came down to victory royales. The difference, Calculator and Macwood had four victory royales.
Wow.
To BHEGS and Hearts 3. If Hart had gotten 1 elim in that 2v1, if he had gotten anything more out of that situation, they would be going to New York City. Instead, Calculator and Macwood, with one of the most dominant placement-heavy performances we have seen so far, booking their spot. A huge shout-out, Slacks and Keys. They've been up there.
All right, now, of course, we've got our first list. We got to add our competitors. Here we go. Boop. Got them. Slacks and Keys. If you want to handle this one, I'll handle this one over here.
Congratulations, Zexro and Vinny. Also, you need better synergy right there. Underscore and dot. Come on.
Wait, pretend I touched it and it came up. That's how this works.